Tampa Bay Rays new stadium. Imagine a powerful hurricane tearing through one of the most beloved stadiums in baseball, ripping off its roof and turning it into something completely unexpected. Sounds shocking, right? Well, that's exactly what happened to Tropicana Field, the iconic home of the Tampa Bay Rays in St. Petersburg, Florida. The damage sparked a major debate. Should this push the need for a brand new stadium, or would a roof renovation be enough? And more importantly, where would the Rays play in the meantime? In this video, we'll dive into everything, from the hurricane that changed everything to the reconstruction. We'll also reveal where the team ended up playing during the chaos. Trust us, this story is way more interesting than you'd think. On October 9, 2024, Hurricane Milton struck with full force, showing no mercy as it ripped the entire roof off Tropicana Field. Videos and images quickly flooded social media, capturing the shocking scene. Most of the fabric roof was shredded by winds exceeding 100 miles per hour. According to the Weather Channel, wind speeds in St. Petersburg reached a staggering 101 miles per hour. After arriving at the Rec Stadium, storm chaser Jonathan Petromala shared his first-hand experience. "I was able to actually get my hands on a piece of that roof to kind of feel the material, and it feels just like thick vinyl, and you could see it just had no chance against the winds of Hurricane Milton." Tropicana Field opened to the public on March 3, 1990, at a cost of over $130 million. One of its most exciting features was the slanted roof, designed at an angle to reduce the interior volume and lower cooling costs. The roof that was torn apart by Hurricane Milton was once thought to provide protection against storms. It was a cable-supported dome made of 6 acres of translucent Teflon-coated fiberglass and held up by 180 miles of cables. The roof was designed to withstand winds up to 115 miles per hour. This raises the question, why didn't the roof withstand wind speeds that only reached 101 miles per hour? The situation, however, isn't as confusing as it seemed. In the days leading up to the storm, top officials from one of the firms that helped construct the stadium were already concerned that the roof might not be able to withstand such historic winds. According to David Campbell, a principal at Geiger Engineers, the group responsible for installing the roof during the stadium's opening, there were no life safety concerns. However, over the decades, the roof had sustained enough damage to make it more vulnerable to high winds. Despite this, the roof had never been replaced since its installation over 35 years ago. Campbell explained that the fabric of the roof was designed for a service life of approximately 25 years. So friends, we can't expect the roof to perform flawlessly after a decade beyond its service life. It certainly served its purpose during its time, making the stadium the only active MLB venue with a non-retractable roof. However, the attached catwalks, though rarely, did occasionally interfere with batted balls during games. Combined with a lack of atmosphere, this led to a fair amount of criticism. The seating capacity has decreased from over 45,000 in 1998 to just 25,000 in 2019. Additionally, attendance has dropped significantly from 2.5 million fans in 1998 to about 1.18 million fans today. So the big question remains, did the damage from Hurricane Milton accelerate the need for a new stadium, or is it simply a matter of renovating the roof? But before we get into that, it's important to know, where did the team play in the meantime?
Steinbrenner Field is about to be open for business after a 2-year renovation project. And when the Yankees wrap up spring training, they're going to loan it to the Tampa Bay Rays for the season.
In March 2025, the Tampa Bay Rays announced their temporary new home at the Yankees' Steinbrenner Field. Steinbrenner Field is about to be open for business after a 2-year renovation project. And when the Yankees wrap up spring training, they're going to loan it to the Tampa Bay Rays for the season. This wasn't easy. Imagine spending 2 years on an expensive renovation project only to hand over the keys to your divisional rival. But that's exactly what the Yankees had to do after the exciting renovation of Steinbrenner Field. In April, a situation made headlines when the Rays hosted the Yankees at their own home for the first time ever. Now, picture this: having to play as the visitor in your own stadium. Some Yankees players even admitted the awkwardness of the situation, knowing they'd have to use the visiting clubhouse and dugout. It could have been pretty funny if one of them accidentally wandered toward the Rays bench. If you're wondering who came out on top, it was the Yankees, who won as visitors for the first time in their own spring training home. The Rays had to make several changes to the stadium to make it feel like their own. One of the most noticeable changes was how they covered the giant Yankee logo light fixture suspended from the ceiling, replacing it with a Rays branded box. They also swapped out Yankees logos and training tables and Whirlpool tiles with their own branding. Additionally, they hung photos of former Rays players throughout the facility to give it a true sense of home. One challenge was that the renovated stadium had a seating capacity of only 11,026, while the Rays' average attendance across the majors last season exceeded that number. What does the future hold for the Tampa Bay Rays stadium? First, you need to know about the historic gas plant district development, a multi-billion-dollar project that involves the complete renovation of the area. Next comes the gas plant stadium, which will be a key part of this massive construction. If this vision comes to life, it'll become the new home of the Tampa Bay Rays. It'll sit just east of Tropicana Field, where the current stadium parking lot is located today. According to St. Pete Rising, the stadium will cover 12.6 acres, including one parking garage on 4th Avenue South and another at the corner of 1st Avenue South and 16th Street South. The surrounding multi-level area is set to become a lively hotspot for fans and tourists alike, as one of the largest developments in Tampa Bay's history. The project will feature 5,400 residential units, 750 hotel rooms, and 1.4 million square feet of office and medical space. It'll also include 750,000 square feet of retail, 100,000 square feet dedicated to entertainment, 50,000 square feet for civic and museum use, and 90,000 square feet for conferences and meetings. Additionally, 14 acres will be reserved as open space. The new stadium will be a 365-day venue designed not only for baseball events, but also for a variety of other activities. The team plans to build a stadium that can host many different events throughout the year, including conferences, festivals, graduations, and more. In May 2024, the Rays revealed the first detailed renderings of their proposed future home. The renderings showed that the stadium would feature roughly 30,000 fixed seats. However, it could have a capacity of around 33,000 to 34,000 when standing room and other areas are included. This would be a significant improvement over the existing stadium's capacity of just over 25,000. The Rays were passionate about bringing fans closer to the action on the field. As a result, they embraced the concept of a three-tier ballpark: main concourse, club level, and upper deck. They estimated that approximately 70% of the seats would be below the top level, with over 15,000 seats in the lower bowl. While the new stadium design includes fewer suites than the existing stadium, it offers a variety of comfortable seating options, ranging from premium clubs and suites to flexible viewing areas. In the past, engineers designed ballpark structures that required a distance from the field for safety, as ballparks were built before the need for nets became common. When stadiums had larger capacities, it was even more challenging to position the seats closer to the action. However, modern engineering has made it easier to design a stadium that brings all the seats much closer to the action, creating an energy and excitement that didn't exist before. The new stadium will also feature artificial turf and the smallest foul territory in baseball, along with a short striking distance from home plate to the backstop. This design is intended to bring everyone, including the fans in the upper deck, closer. It'll help fans feel a stronger connection to the game played on the field. This is why President Matt Silverman referred to the future stadium as the most intimate ballpark in baseball. One of the most exciting features is the 360-degree view from every concourse, offering next-level comfort and entertainment throughout the game. Don't forget about the roof. Picture a fixed tiered roof covering the large windows and operable street-level panels, allowing them to remain open during cooler months. The large windows will let sunlight into the stadium, giving fans a view of the outside. They won't feel like they're sitting in a packed, uncomfortable environment. While all these features are exciting, we believe the new roof must have strong capabilities to protect against a powerful hurricane, so the team never feels homeless again. Now, what do you think about the cost of this exciting project? It's estimated at $1.3 billion. However, the updates are not all good news for the fans. Recently, in March, principal owner Stuart Sternberg clarified that they could not proceed with a new development at this time. We know that one of the most pressing challenges in a mega project like this is the process of raising money for the overall cost. For Rays Stadium, local government agencies approved the sale of bonds to cover their share. However, they had to meet specific requirements to secure public financing. They primarily needed to prove that they could afford their minimum $700 million obligation, excluding any potential cost overruns for the construction project. However, the City Council has approved $22.5 million to begin repairs on the damaged stadium. The primary focus is on the roof, which must be completed before any other work can proceed. What do you think about the $1.3 billion Tampa Bay Rays Stadium project? If it comes to life, how will it change the future of the team? Let us know in the comments. And if you don't want to miss updates on this project, be sure to subscribe to our channel.